Hello friends, greetings from La Palma Island, Canary Islands. I'm still here traveling around La Palma Island, and now I stopped next to the oldest pine tree in the world. It's my wife here. We're traveling together. So this is the oldest pine tree in the world. It's Canarian pine tree. But and there you see the eruption of volcano, ongoing eruption, La Palma volcano. But it's not well, I wanted to show you this oldest tree in the world, of course, but my intention was to show you this church. It is a monastery church dedicated to Mary again, and we will take a look inside of it. It's called Mary of the Pine Tree, the church, her monastery church. Dedicated to Mary, and we will take a look inside. We see Virgin Mary is very much honored here on Canary Islands, and here you see the stations of the cross, Jesus being crucified. Very beautifully decorated church. Here you see the statue of Virgin Mary, and here you see it. The Queen of the world that defeated the devil stepped on his head. You see, she brought Savior to this world, and through whom we got the salvation. And you see, this is a visual gospel. You can preach to people by reading books, but you can also preach to people through images. It carries the message. You see, the image does carry the message. It's another form of gospel. That's why in the Orthodox and Catholic churches we have images of Jesus Christ which will remind you about Jesus Christ, and crucifixes which, when you look at it, you think about the suffering of Jesus Christ. And that's a way of communication. It brings you into a different realm. When all these images are around you, they communicate to you, they influence you, just like when you hear the gospel when it's read. So you can spread the gospel not necessarily only through the Bible when you preach, but you can also spread the gospel through images. And that's one of the way of visual gospel. The talk to your eyes, because you can talk to the ears and you can also talk to the eyes, And that's important part of the church, traditional church. You see, very peaceful place here in the church. It's a nice place. That's where you have the special presence of God in the churches. This was taking place in Jerusalem. As you know, Jesus was carrying the cross by the road of stations of the cross. I walked at that road in Jerusalem. It was 1.5 years ago. Now Israel is closed to visitors since 1st of December. They closed it to access to foreigners. It's only Israeli citizens that can enter because of Omicron variety of COVID. But as soon as it will open, I will travel to Israel again. At the moment, we are in Canary Islands. It's a nice place. There is direct plane here from Iceland. It's not so expensive to come here to Tenerife. Then you can take ferry to La Palma, see the eruption and this beautiful green island. This is Cumbre Nueva Ridge here behind the church. And there is a caldera, big caldera, it's called it Caldera de Taburiente. So now you have seen the oldest pine tree in the world. You can read the story. There you see erupting volcano, which is dying very soon will die because it's very little activity there. So, and then perhaps another eruption will be, and another 50 years. Every 50 years they have some eruption here. So here it says, El Pino de la Virgen del Paso is considered the oldest pine tree, Pinus canariensis, in the world. Can you imagine? It has the history of strong cultural and religious links to the town of El Paso. Because of the pine tree deteriorated state, a conservation project was carried out. One of the first measures adopted was pruning of branches that had been damaged by insects and sanitation of the trunk, removing those parts harmed by fungal infection. You see, they had been doing sanitation works on this tree to save it. The oldest pine tree in the world is here on La Palma Island. You see? Here you see it. Very thick. Canarian pine trees is a special type of trees. And volcano is active. Well, it's just emitting ash, there is lava coming also to the south, but not as much as a month ago. So I suspect it soon is living its last days, because it's reaching the limit of the longest eruption on La Palma Island, which lasted like 3 months. So very soon it will end. It will be good to have it finished, because it caused so much damage and suffering to the local inhabitants, and I feel sorry for them. See, this is the flag of Spain, and then you have flag of Canary Islands, yellow, blue, white. So I wish you all the best. Greetings from the oldest pine tree in the world and the Church of Virgin Mary de El Paso.